rolling coal, and it's becoming a bigger problem in Fort Collins.
They speed up, and you got to roll your windows up as fast as you can, otherwise your car's going to be filled with black smoke.
Cars and trucks set up to blow massive amounts of exhaust. It's illegal, and Fort Collins police are taking several complaints a month here on this issue.
What these guys do is they'll eliminate from the muffler all the way out to the back.
Environmental hazard and trend that many hope those rolling coal will be rolling out of town for good. They're charging them with exhibition of speed. It's a 5-point violation plus fines.
Ram, got the Silverado over there. Everybody's chilling here, watch the Silverado a little bit. It's looking a bit cleaner. It's still pretty ugly because all that road salt. We got the AFE power intake. It just came in the mail. This is the Stage 2 Pro Dry filter. I'll be able to wash the filter whenever I need it. I'm gonna get rid of that old shitty filter and then be able to add a lot of power with this AFE power intake. Some things I want to do with the engine before I install that. This is something to do with the emissions. So if you guys with the older diesels and stuff, you're not gonna have to do this. But of course, guys with the new trucks, we all have to do these different things to the engine to remove all that stupid emission stuff that the EPA keeps adding more and more and more every couple few years or whatever. Look in here, we got the, it was stock when I bought the truck. As you can see, I still have all the emissions equipment intact. It's just all unplugged and disabled because I tuned the truck with Anarchy Diesel, a Mercenary tuner. It's actually a really good tuner. Add a lot of power to the truck. But anyways, right, this is stock, okay? You can see that it's pushing crankcase oils, vapors just straight into my turbo. So this is going to eventually destroy my turbo, if not already, if it's not gonna happen soon. I made this video a while back where I took the baffle out of the intake, took my phone and I reached it down in there to see what it looked like, and guess what? The turbo was completely oiled up. I don't know if the turbo is gonna last that much longer if I keep letting the oils just go into there, so we gotta get rid of this. It's actually very easy and cheap, and I'm gonna show you guys how it's done. But first, we gotta run and get some materials first, and I'm also going to tackle the problem that I've been trying to tackle the last couple days. So we're gonna do a lot of stuff here today, and hopefully we can get it all done. It's not that bad today. It's actually pretty clear skies. Just gonna get it done in my driveway. Truck parts are just piling up in the garage. Yeah guys, we got that tow haul mode, we got the exhaust brake on, Jake brake, whatever you want to call it. So let's head on the road here today, get all the parts we need. Save your turbo, guys. Turbos are very expensive. You're gonna spend like at least $1,000 on it. And of course the VGTs are terrible, so you probably want to go with an aftermarket setup, and then you're gonna have to get a whole new manifold and everything. If you guys want to save your turbo, your stock turbo, definitely do this method of which I am doing here today. Yeah, I can still feel the aftermath of, well, going on that huge trip, 1,000 steps and then a couple miles into the woods, and my boots are still a little wet, so hopefully they dry off in the time being. It's not that cold today. It's not like 25, 20 degrees or whatever it was the other day. It's actually about 40, so it's actually pretty warm right now. It feels pretty good. Look at my resonance critica. Hold up, I'm dropping the temperature.
Or just sip champagne. Yeah, there's only one.
Closed on Sunday. Look at that 4. Oh man. Oh, that GMC. But look at that power stroke, man. Oh man. Alright, we arrived here at Best Buy. I know exactly what to get this time, so it's only going to take a second. I misunderstood what I was supposed to get. This time I'm going to be able to fix that for the camera. Check it out. We park like a tow pig. It's basically a trailer, tractor trailer anyway, so whatever. Ooh, it's like a 2010, I'm pretty sure. 350 Super Duty. Big tires on there, man. Look at that. 37, 12.5, 20s. That's what I'm thinking. Custom grill, light bars. Thing is sick, dude. Look at that. Sick ass power stroke. Some of your Best Buy, I think this is what I'm gonna need right here. Just gonna snip it at the end. Here, I'll explain it to you when I get back in the truck. Here's my exact camera. Here, switch over to that one. So let me know if I should pick one of these up right here. Guys, I'm minding my own business, walking out of the store, picked it on up, and I had to just check out this Cummins. Check that out, dude. Kind of reminds me of different diesels. Look at that stance, man. Spout bend clutch. Needs a 4th gen bumper swap. It's got new headlights though. Well, it's definitely been used. Thoroughbred diesel. Looks like it's got a fast 150, but it's leaking. Well, it's definitely been used. 33 12.5 R20. Moto Meadow rims. Probably like 962s. I can smell the dirt from here. It's really caked on there. Man, you gotta love the 2nd gen, man. Stickers on the back. Honestly, for how beat it up it is, but if it was a good price, I'd definitely... Oh my gosh, look at that tip! That truck is so sick, dude. So sick. Honestly, I really want to do a 2nd gen 12 valve build eventually. The reason why I picked up this cord is because you see the male end that actually plugs into, let's say, an iPhone, Android phone, whatever it is. Well, that end on the microphone is trash. It's totaled. I've tried other microphones, they work, and I would always have to bend it certain ways to get it to work, and I was just tired of it. So I'm just going to splice both ends. Yeah, usually people just throw away this stuff. I was talking to a guy at the Radio Shack. I talked to my dad. We all just agree that people just throw stuff away, but people like us on the channel, and other people, we always like to fix our own stuff. So when it comes to stuff that we can do, we do it, and I'm gonna do it, save a lot of money. So let's go. Honestly, I love that offset on that 2nd gen. I even posted it on my Snapchat. Follow me there, DHood0. Yeah, I made that Snapchat before the channel, all that, so it's all messed up. Drive sober or get pulled over. So now we're actually going to get the stuff that I need for what I'm going to be doing today in the engine bay, and that is the CCV delete. And I'm going to hopefully have all the parts at the AutoZone up here. I would go to that new one in Newberry, but I'm not sure if there's a Lowe's or Home Depot, which I may also need to go to in the area. So that's why I'm not going to risk it this time, and just not gonna risk it for the biscuit, and gonna hit up all the stores here in the area. Carlisle Pike. Oh, you never see those, mother trucker. See that? Truck's got a plow on it. Next thing you know, you see it on Craigslist. Barely used, never abused, Ford truck. Got out of AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts actually, and I bought one of these because I'm gonna plug off where my intake is. Check it all out. I didn't expect to be able to get everything here right at the Advanced Auto. Got it all. So this stuff is interchangeable, okay? If that makes sense. You don't need to actually get this. You can use other stuff to plug it. I've seen other people use different things, but this expands whenever you put it in and you tighten it. So I think this may be the best route to go. And then I also got a hose, because where all that crankcase vapor and oil is gonna go, it's just gonna go straight out the back, straight into the ground, whatever. And I heard whenever it starts dripping after like 6 months, you just clean out the hose, put it back in, you're good for another 6 months. And I'd rather do this than destroy my turbo. BGT turbos are expensive. Turbos in general are expensive, so I'm not trying to ruin it by just trying to save the earth. It really doesn't do much of anything, so there's no point of putting all this EPA stuff on these diesels, man. Diesels smell good, diesels are good, diesels are life, man. So yeah, let's get on back and start working on the truck before we lose all our sunlight here, because, well, we only have like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours left. So whenever we install that intake, that is when I'm going to clean up the turbo on the inside. So as of right now, I'm just going to plug the intake and then reroute the pipe, and then we should be good to go. But once we get the intake started, I'll clean everything up, and that intake piping is never going to get, well, the tube inlet is not ever going to get dirty, because, well, the CCV is going to be rerouted. You guys really think I wouldn't notice this lifted forward right here? Check that out, man. Either a small lift or leveling kit. EcoBoost F-150. I actually do like that color brown match with the tinted windows. Looks really good. Fender flares don't look too bad. Bigger tires on it, of course. And then here's my favorite restaurant, guys. Longhorn Steakhouse. I can smell the steak from here over that diesel scent. Man, maybe they should flavor the steak with some diesel. Pour a little diesel on it, cook it up. Maybe it's actually pretty good. So now let's get home. We got to work on the Cummins. 42 degrees, not too shabby. First drive with the new valve lash adjustments, and of course we got the new crankcase filter. You're not going to notice anything from that. Yeah, very smooth ride. Gotta love the Cummins, man. It's always reliable. Just gotta keep up with the maintenance. It's honestly like any vehicle. They're like, oh, my truck totally destroyed it. Power stroke didn't last that long. Duramax, Cummins, and they never did any maintenance to the truck. Well, there's your reason. You could have the best engine in the world, but if you just deny doing maintenance to your truck, well, then that's it. It's your own fault. How could I forget? Tow haul? exhaust brake. Black wheels, tinted headlights, blacked out emblem. There she blows, man. The old blue Chevy. All right, guys, let's get to work. Got the hood propped open on the Cummins. Got everything right here. I mean the rim. And we got the heater hose right there, 3/4 of an inch. Pick that up. Very cheap, it's like $6. Got this for like $4. Rubber expansion plug. That's good to go. And it expands from 3/4 to 7/8. That's always good. Need a pair of sunglasses. This, pliers to ply off the clamps of the hose. And then the screwdriver to, well, actually, I thought it was a screw, but it's not. So you're gonna need something to tighten that. So just probably use that wrench for it. So we're good to go there. So it's very simple here. I'm going to unplug hose from the crankcase ventilation filter, which is right there. So you wanna take that off with the pliers. And then of course you wanna take off here. Now I could take it off down there on the intake, but because I'm gonna replace all this anyway, I'm actually just gonna unhook it here because it's easier and I'll know it's the right size plug for that. So I'm just gonna unhook from here and right there. If you guys are doing it the same way, then it's pretty simple. Okay, the camera's right in front of me, so hopefully it's clear enough. There we go. It's freaking hot. That mission's fucking bullshit. There's also this bolt right here. You gotta get a 10mm. Broke out the Stanley kit. Just wanna loosen that out of there. Got to be able to get that pipe out somehow, and that's what it's attached to, unfortunately. Now that I got that bolt out, I can just freely unplug this. All right, I unhooked the hose right down there. Here it is. And look at the oil just building up in there, going straight into my turbo. If you look at that, it's right. That hose is right in front of the turbo. So that is why my turbo is getting very oily. Because this emission stuff is honestly garbage and it's just taking it straight into there. That is disgusting. So here's that hose connecting to the intake. I'm just gonna clean off the inside of it a little bit with a shop towel. Shouldn't be too harmful, right? Before I put that plug in there. Now what you wanna do is take your plug, your rubberized plug that you just bought at your Advanced Auto Parts, AutoZone, Pet Boys, O'Reilly's. So take your plug and just plug it on in there. Now you want to just tighten it. Alright guys, I actually pulled some of the intake off so I could show you how dirty this turbo is, and look how dirty that is. That is absolutely disgusting. It's so oily in there. I'm gonna see what I can do here to clean that up. That is so bad. Alright guys, it's getting pretty dark out, but bear with me here. You can actually see pretty well on the camera. So this is all the aftermath of cleaning up the turbo and the intake. That is looking terrible. Look how bad that is. I cleaned up the turbo and everything as best I could. And then I put the plug on, and I also clamped it right here. Hold it down better. See there? So that's all good to go. Now we got to just take care of the CCV outlet right there, and that is what your radiator, well, your heater core hose or whatever it is, your heater hose is for. Take one end of your hose, plug it right into where the stock one was. Crankcase, we plug that, and then I got the hose, made in USA by the way. The outlet from the crankcase filter, it's right there, and then I have it feeding down all the way down there, and I have it tucked behind there, and then it just feeds all the way down to the ground. So obviously I'm gonna just cut that because it's too much. I could just let it drag, right? Cut it probably do about somewhere around right here. Probably where it says made in USA, maybe right at the end of USA, and then we should be good to go. Now remember, I'm tuned by Anarchy Diesel, so it's probably not going to throw any codes anyway. I also have a brand new clean filter that was just installed a few days ago, so there's no way that any codes or anything by the CEL is going to actually be thrown. Maybe down the road, and then I'll just do the full filter delete inside there. If your truck isn't throwing any errors, you have a clean filter in there, this is all you really need to do. Save the life of your turbo. You don't want that thing to get ruined because they're expensive. Gotta love them Holset turbos, even though the VGT sucks. Alright guys, now I'm gonna start her up, make sure she's not throwing any codes. Yep, it's completely dark outside, but we're gonna go for a little drive and see what happens. The turbo should also run more efficient now, though, that it's not caked in oil and causing it to, well, sit up and get stuck eventually. Let's see if this increases either. There we go. Exhaust brake and tow haul mode on. Alright guys, so the truck is running great. Drove it all the way here to the creek and she sounds really good. So I did notice the tone of the engine does sound different now that the valves have been adjusted, so that's always a good thing. And I do like the sound. Well, the turbo is going to be a lot cleaner. It should last a lot longer. I don't want to destroy it down the road. And tired of all this soot just being fed into the engine. Why does this happen? Why does the EPA have to do this to our trucks? People's trucks are going to break, and I'm sure that does a lot of harm to the environment as well. So it doesn't make sense to have to destroy our trucks. Why not just lasting on the road so you don't have to keep making more and causing more deforestation? Spent only $9 to actually do this delete, which is awesome because I know you can get those kits online and you'll be spending upwards to like $50 when you can just do this yourself from your local auto parts store. It's going to add a lot of life to your engine. You're going to save a lot of money, so definitely do this for your truck. Now the next step is to get that intake installed in the Cummins, so that's going to be something awesome, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so I can see you next video. Until next time, take it easy.